Alright, guys, today we're going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson Humbles, a delusional OF girl who can answer honestly. Let's jump in.
Ask everyone to rate their looks on the scale of 1 to 10. Can't pick 7.
Okay, hang on. Let me clarify the question. Let me clarify it.
Well, I think we should let them answer
right,
this
fine.
one, and then you ask your follow-up.
Right.
And yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Bro, I don't want to answer.
You have. Okay, hold on. You got to answer this one.
It's so like subjective. Like I don't want to answer.
Yeah. What do you subjectively think if you had to rate your physical looks? Just into the mic. What would it be?
Can't say 7. I already know.
8.
Okay. What about you?
I'll say 8.
I'll say 8.5.
That makes
8.
Wow.
yeah 8.
Actually, everyone's saying 8.
So
Wow.
what do you?
I'll go 8.
Well, hold on. No.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no.
Don't follow the trend.
You can't just because everybody else is saying like it's. I mean, maybe you do. That's what you think. I mean, sure, but.
I think my theory is correct.
But you prefaced 8 by everybody else is picking 8, so I'm gonna pick 8.
Yeah.
Was that gonna be your original
Collectivism.
answer?
No.
What was your original
Well,
answer?
I'm a little jet lagged. I'm a little not looking my best
so
today.
you were gonna say 10.
No.
Oh,
No.
Well, what were you going to say?
Like 6.
but now you're an 8 because you're jet lagged.
No.
You're too far from. You guys scoot into the table a little bit.
No, I was gonna say 6, and then everyone was saying 8, so I said
Exactly,
eight.
that's the point.
2. I'll be a 6
Alright.
with you.
Thank
Okay,
you,
what
girl.
about you?
Solidarity.
I can't say
Oh
7.
my god.
Nope.
6.
Wait, why can't we say 7?
Okay, Andrew. What about you?
4.
I give myself a 5. Now, Andrew, if you want to ask your follow-up question.
Let me ask the question again. Yes, I understand it's subjective. If you look around, you have to admit that the woman next to you looks nothing like you, right? And the woman next to her looks nothing like her. But somehow you're all in the same category, looks-wise. Does that sound rational to you?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to be kidding
Yeah?
me. You have to be kidding
Okay.
me.
Who's the prettiest girl in the room? No. Let her answer. Who's the prettiest girl here?
To me, that I think is prettier.
Who's the prettiest girl in the room?
I love everybody, but I think
Who-
she's prettier.
Okay, who's the prettiest girl in the room?
Her.
Okay, she's the prettiest.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, what about you? Who's the prettiest girl in the room? Madison? Who's the prettiest girl in the room?
I don't know her name, but the Morgan.
It's really weird that suddenly you have standards which you can subjectively apply and pick out who the most bestest looking girl is in the room. Somehow when it comes to yourself, you always land on about the same number, which is I'm perfect. Right? 8, that's like,
That's supermodel level.
let's say there's no 9s or 10s, right? They're real rare. Like if you see one, they block out the sun. That's how intensely gorgeous they are. Would you change your answer based on this?
Wow.
I said 8, not for like face, but for body. Like I think I have a nice body, so that like raises my looks, I guess.
So, okay, give us your face rating and your body rating.
Face probably like a 6, and then body 8, or yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So still an 8.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
Ah my god.
But like that's what I was thinking about.
Think of a famous person for me who's a 9 and tell me her name.
Who's a 9?
Nah, no help. Don't cheat.
Sorry. Well, now that you put me on the spot, I'm trying to like think of a person. I'm like blank now.
Can't think of one? One female who's a 9? Not one?
Not one female who's a 9.
No, there's definitely 9s. I'm
Okay,
just like
what-
I'm trying
just
to
give me
think
one.
of someone that's like well known. That's a 9. Or like you're saying a 9 based off of my own standard or the society
Your
standard?
standard. That one that makes you an 8.
There you go. That's
I
it.
can't think of a person.
That's it. That's it, folks. That's it. So this is what happened when you don't allow females to help each other, right? They get caught up. The reason why the other girls want to jump in is because they feel They feel that they need to be the rescuer. But they don't like to see another woman, you know, in a bad spot. Understandable, that's how they built. However, when we talking about ideas, we have to be very conscious about this. And clearly, Andrew is very conscious.
Person.
Okay. Name 4 actresses.
Kristen Stewart. I think she's really pretty.
4 pop singers.
Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Olivia Rodrigo,
Okay.
and who's a 4th?
4th one, just make it any singer. Who's a female?
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
So you're more attractive than Katy Perry?
There we go. There we go, folks.
I don't really remember what she looks like,
Wow.
but yeah, sure.
Okay. You can't think of a single actress who's a 9, though? Or singer? What about singer? Can you think of a single singer who's a 9? Who you're just one step below?
Okay, well, I think Olivia Rodrigo is a 9. I think she's really pretty.
So you're just one step below her?
Sure. If
Is that what you actually think?
well, yeah, based off the rating that we gave.
Yeah, not based off the rating. You can revise the rating you gave.
But
if you think
yeah.
she's a 9.
Yeah, I'll say I'm an 8.
You're an 8. Okay.
But like, yeah.
Okay, same to you. 3 9s who you can think of who are women.
Megan Fox, Julia Roberts, and the.
If Megan Fox is a 9, how the fuck are you an 8?
No. She's a 10 to me. She's a 12.
Oh, no, that's cap. No, she hit the wall. Probably in her 20, maybe. But she hit the wall badly, so.
She's
Yeah, she's
she's an
perfect.
infinity.
Even if she's a 10, how could that make you an 8?
Well, if I'm comparing myself, if we're going to that scale, then it was next to Megan Fox, I'd put myself at like a 3 or 4, realistically.
But that's the point.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, then back up. You gotta help me out here.
Okay.
If thing over here 10, you 8. But if you compare yourself to thing 10, you 4, how can you be an 8?
Wait, what?
Oh, my God.
She's a 10.
Yes.
You're an 8.
Not
you're
next to her.
Yeah, next to her, you're a 4.
Yeah.
But she's a 10.
Yeah.
You realize there's only 10 numbers on this scale.
Yes. I'm not the ugliest girl in the world, but I'm not
I'm
the
not
prettiest.
saying you are, right? Not saying that you're the ugliest girl in the world, prettiest girl in the world. Not saying anything.
Okay.
There's 10 numbers on the scale. How can you put yourself up next to a number which is higher than you and then say, when I'm up next to the number higher than me, it lowers my number? That makes no sense.
I mean, I guess you're right. It really doesn't. But since you're asking the question, like realistically, now that I think about it, you know, like there is, you know, Megan Fox, like she is a standard, like she is a beauty standard, you know. So obviously, I don't fit in that beauty standard. I would not categorize myself as an 8 in
That make no sense.
beauty standard with Megan Fox.
That makes no sense.
So then what would you categorize yourself as?
Like a 4 or a 5.
A 4 or a 5. What about you compared to Megan Fox?
Like a 3.
Like a 3. You realize there's...
But that's like in the context of comparison me and versus.
See, this is what happened when they don't want to be honest to each other. You end up with stuff like this. Like, no, I'm a 3 compared to that. But the world is already comparing you to that. So this is what I say. This is what I mean when I say that that's why they don't determine the beauty standard. It's men who the one that determine that. We are the one that buying the product. See, they have no idea. They have no idea how men think. They think they do, but they don't.
It's her, not just like the general question.
It's all women between 1 to 10. So if you categorize yourself as an 8, it's a comparison to all women on
But
planet Earth.
originally, the question wasn't comparing us to other women. It was just initially can't pick 7.
How
What
can
is-
you rate your looks unless you're comparing them to other women's looks?
Well, but I wasn't when I said the answer. But now we
Then
are.
what were you using as your metric?
Just whatever came to my mind. Like, as to how I feel today. Like, tomorrow, if you ask me, I could feel like a 3 tomorrow, you know? If I don't have makeup done or a cute outfit, maybe I'm a 3 tomorrow.
What the fuck does it have to do with how you feel?
That's how I feel today. I feel like an 8 today.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it clearly was miscommunicated. So I'm going to ask again.
Wow.
Based on physical looks only, in comparison to all of the women who exist in the world, the scale is 1 to 10 for all of them. Where do you fit?
3.
3.
Okay. Okay.
Do you revise or no? You don't look like you're going to. You look like you're going to stubborn it out. But you can change your answer if you want to.
I
Ah.
mean,
Look at that. Look at that.
maybe a 6.
Okay, I guess so.
4.
Now you're a 4.
Yes.
So what changed when we're asking you on a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself looks wise? What did you think that meant?
I just meant like, you know, like you're just like, you know, you're cute, you're pretty.
Yeah, like how do you feel right now? That's how I put it. Cause like if I came on here with no makeup.
Hey man, today I feel like 100. I feel like 100 today, man. So that means everything in my physical body and everything is 100, bro. Oh my god, you see how delusional that sounds? Exactly, because it is delusional. But somehow when they make this kind of delusional statements, it's hard to even right away categorize them as delusional. You have to do a little bit of thinking. And I think that's because somehow we're built in that regard. If a guy says something like this, I'm a 10, or I'm an 8, guys are going to look at him in such a way that's going to look crazy. Somehow when a female does it, it's not like that. We have to do a little bit of thinking.
And like hair and just outfit not cute, like I would rank myself lower. But just like how I feel today, I feel like an 8 today.
So,
But I wasn't thinking
think
about
your
other
physical-
women when I was saying
but
my
do you
own
think
answer.
that your physical beauty is based around how you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's say
There you
you
go,
feel
folks.
bad about it, right? Let's say you dial yourself up and you look even better than you do right now, but you just don't feel good that day.
That's
Would
insane.
that actually diminish your physical beauty?
Insane.
In reality, no, I would be the same person.
Then
but
why
it
wouldn't
would
you- why-
change my perspective.
Sure, but in reality it wouldn't, right? So why wouldn't you just base the answer on what in reality is true?
Because it's all about perspective.
It's all about
My
perspective.
perspective now was.
And your
you know,
perspective when it
these
was Megan
factors
Fox.
was changed.
Yeah.
Factors in the question changed because you didn't.
Nope, the
start-
factors never changed.
They did change because you brought in Megan Fox as like the beauty standard to what we were comparing ourselves to.
What were you
So that
comparing
changes our
So then
mind.
what were you comparing yourself to?
The way I feel now, like
Well, then that's not comparing yourself to me. That's just you saying how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
What's the comparison to?
no, I'm saying you made the comparison because then we started talking about Megan Fox and like how do I compare to her?
Yeah, how can you?
So like
come-
because I think she's really pretty, like if I was someone that thought Megan Fox was ugly, I'd be like I'm still an 8. But because I think she's gorgeous, of course I'm gonna be like I'm not as pretty as her, right? So it changed my answer because it's in comparison to Megan Fox now, not just how I feel right now.
So in compared to women that you consider to be really, really pretty, you don't consider yourself to be really, really pretty.
No, not as pretty as them
Then why would you rate yourself an 8?
because that wasn't factored into the question.
Just how
it was
you-
just how I feel
It's
like
just how you feel.
looks are about how we feel.
Oh.
Like I was saying.
You don't think there's any objective standard for looks?
And I feel a million
just
ways.
like the way society views like looks or
Yeah.
yeah, of course. Like there's always a standard for like who's prettier than this person, but that wasn't factored necessarily into the initial question.
Yeah, I think.
And then
I think
it- and then it
is.
was
What
later.
other standard could you use?
My personal feeling on how.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
You don't think that's a little delusional?
Okay, let's say
How
this.
is that delusional? It was
Let's
just how
say-
I feel right now.
Let's say you're going out, right, on a just on a date, like a night to
Oh
eat,
my God.
dinner. You get dressed. When you dress nice, like, do you feel nice?
Sure.
So when you're not dressed nice, do you feel nice?
Let's say I don't.
Okay, so what would you rate yourself on a day that you're dressed super
Still,
nice?
it's all
you're
the
ready
same.
to go out to dinner, ready to go take some family photos. What would you rate yourself then?
4.
And then so you would rate yourself the same when?
Yeah,
obviously-
because that's what he is. That's what he is. He's a 4. Even though he can just, feel good or not, he's still a 4. That's what he's trying to make. That's what he's trying to convey, but you guys don't get it.
you're not looking your best. And who do you compare yourself to?
You could just be saying that to like not agree though.
And who do you compare
No,
yourself to?
I'm saying that because
It's
I think
objectively
that there's
true.
an objective beauty standard
Yeah.
which exists.
Right.
Exactly.
Of course.
And the reason I think there's an objective beauty standard which exists is because I have a historical standard to compare it to. So it seems like it exists for sure. That we all.
course.
So I agree that there's some subjectivity there. Some people like blue eyes. They like this. They like that. Doesn't seem like men are competing really hard for 600-pound burn victims, though, right?
No.
No.
Okay,
So
exactly.
there's something that we're kind of leaning towards as being pretty, beautiful things like this. And I've seen you women. You're vicious when you're competing with each other. Vicious in competition. Judge each other like nobody's business. Okay, you look at me like you're skeptical. So let me ask you this question, and honestly answer. When you go into a room and you sit down with a bunch of women, do you judge them in your mind? How
Yes.
pretty they? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
What
I
are you
do.
judging them against?
Not judging them against anything, but just kind of just judging them because I'm just a girl and like I'm always have an opinion about someone on something.
You're gonna have an opinion about how they look, right?
Yeah.
Right, which is a personal
So,
opinion.
so what are you comparing it to, though?
The standard of beauty. in
Oh,
their
her.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
comparing
standard
it to
of beauty in their
anything.
head, which
Want
they're
to
relaying to society, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's comparing to herself.
just-
Can we
That's
pull
what she's
that
doing.
Photo of young Andrew.
Let's pull it up.
Oh,
Look at.
Wow.
That is not a 4.
That's not a 4, bro.
That's not a 4.
I was 19. I'm 40.
You 8, bro.
But I don't. Personally, I still don't think you're a 4.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion.
See, I'm
the reason he's more attracted. Listen, Andrew physically is like a 3 or 2, man. But you know why they feel a little bit more attracted? Because he's not simping. He's not conveying simpiness. He's not being a weak guy. He's not putting them in a pedestal. That in itself, right away, is going to increase his value. That's a lot of indicator of interest, a lot of IOIs. And he's negging them. When you take the most valuable asset for a female, which is beauty, out of the equation, and you're not stoked or you're not surprised or emotional driven, your attraction level goes very high. And that's what's going on right now. This is a perfect representation that even, let's say, physically, you need to look good. You need to go to the gym, all that stuff. But still, the game, the mindset, the inner game is right here. He's negging them to the core where they now feel small. Look at the girl in the middle. Her back is, bent like this. She's making like a small arch. The other ones are quiet, submissive. Look at this one over here in the right. She's just touching her hair. She's giving indicator of interest. There's a lot of things in this conversation that are very, very important. For guys, you can still start today, even if you don't look the best, by behaviors. And this is a good example of that. Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.